Okay, so let's start the session. So, so this is the new instance. So let me create new product and let me make the inventory up. Then we will proceed with the sales and marketing module. So let me quickly create one product. So for product creation, I will navigate to the product information management, release products. Okay. So at here I will click on new to create the new product. So I'm just clicking on new. So at here the item number, it's a mandatory field. We can generate the automatic number sequence for the product receipt. I mean the product number, we can generate the automatic number if we want. Otherwise, if you want to update the manual product receipt product number, we can update the product number. So currently at here you can see there is a product number and item number. It's a mandatory field, and currently the number sequence is not enabled as automatically. Okay, so there is one parameter in the number sequence format. If you enable that as continuous, then the number sequence will be automated. Like for example, if I duplicate my screen, let me duplicate this tab. Okay, if you go to the product information management, let me collapse all, go to the setup, and we have a product information management parameter. So if you go to the product information management parameter, and if you go to the number sequence, okay, at here we have only for the item barcode. So let me navigate to the inventory management. So basically any number sequence, it will be available in the that respective module parameter. Okay, so inventory management setup parameter. So again at here also we have the number sequence. Okay, so we have number sequence over here, and you can see if you scroll down we have item number. Okay, and if you see the item number, if I click right button on this particular drop down, I will have view details. Okay, so if you click on view details, it will open the number sequence form. Okay, so in this particular number sequence form, if I scroll down, you can see currently it is enabled as manual as yes. If you disable as no, and if you make continuous as yes, then what will happen, the number sequence for the item number will be in continuous. So there will be a there will be a format. You can see the format showing as 6 digits. Okay, 6 digit is a number. If you want alphanumeric, you can update in front as a T or C, so it will accept. Okay, like for example I am updating as I, so I need to add another column as a constant. Now you can see the number sequence format at here. You can see on front it's I, and after that they have 6 digit number, and you can see the next it's setting as 1. It means when you create a new, so it will take I 000001. Okay, so in this particular format it will generate the item number. Okay, now I have clicked on save. Basically the system allows the auto save functionality. So if you press tab, it will automatically save. For safety purpose, again we are clicking on save, that's it. Okay, so we just create updated for the item number. So similarly you will find the product also, uh, packing. Okay, so I just updated this particular number sequence for the item. Now if I go back to the release product, let me close this particular setup tab, let me refresh the page, and now again I am creating new. Okay, now you can see the product number it's taking with the number sequence as I have defined in the parameter, number sequence for parameter. Okay, so if you want to update manually, you can go with manually. If you want to update automatic, you can update automatic number sequence for the product. Okay, so let me update the product name, echo dot. Okay, and at here we have for creation of item we need to update four major things. So what are the four major things? So one is the item group, storage dimension, tracking dimension. So what do you mean by each these four different major groups? So totally we have five. So if we are creating the product master, then it will be a five. That is the product dimension will be added. So each group have different mechanism and the reason for adding it's their own purpose. Like for example, item model group. We will add the item model group for what purpose? Any question? Any idea? We have discussed this topic on our last session. Okay, no issues. I will tell you. And please make sure that this question will ask like what was the purpose of these different groups. Like for example, item model group for what purpose they are using, item group for what purpose they are using. So what is difference between storage dimension, tracking dimension group? So these kind of question which may expect during the interview. Okay. So item model group is mainly for the costing purpose. Like for example, if we have, we need to define under which costing method we are costing our inventory. Okay, either it may be a LIFO method. LIFO is nothing but the last in first out. FIFO method is nothing but first in first out. Okay, so we have a weighted average method, weighted average with date. So they have different kind of costing methods are there. Okay, so to update the costing method, so what we will do, we will update the item model group. So okay, so if you click on this particular drop down, you can see predefined some costing method over here. Okay, so let me select the FIFO. Okay, and what was the purpose of item group? Item group main purpose is to segregate in one group, that is one. And secondly, based on the item group we have a respective posting profile which we have mapped, and our ledgers will be hitted based on the item group posting profile. So let me update the item group. If I scroll down, we have storage dimension group. So what do you mean by storage dimension group? In the name itself, it clearly states that storage. So where exactly you are storing this particular product? Okay, so we have a different combination in storing. We have a site has a one of the storing dimension. Warehouse is one of the dimension. Location is one of the storage dimension. So if in these three combination, we can store respective product in site, warehouse, location. So it depends on, now we have created the echo dot as a
There was
product.
also in offer.
Sorry, any dot? Like for example, now we are created the echo dot as a product. Okay, so now we want to update, so where exactly we are storing, in which level we are storing this particular product, and based on that we can track easily. Like for example, now you can see when I clicked on this particular drop down of storage dimension group, so you can see different combination. Like we have a site, we have site and warehouse, we have site, warehouse, location. Okay, so in this, in which level we are storing, so you can specify. Like for example, if you are storing in the site level, so you can select this site level. If you are storing at site and warehouse level, you can select site and warehouse level. If you have a location, you can select. So basically the site, most of the service item are small inventory they used to go with the site. If you have a large number of items and they have large number of storage capacity, then they will go with the site warehouse. And look, when we will go with site warehouse and location, when you have the big retail industry and you have n number of inventory stock, and so you will not only store in one particular warehouse, so you will have the warehouse locations. So based on that, you will store the uh, location level. So that is the third option. So mostly the third option you will find in the retail industries. Okay. And site on warehouse and site you will mostly find in the regular general practice. Okay. So let me select the site and warehouse. Like for example, now if I select site and warehouse, or if I select site, so during your purchase or during your sale, you need to update for this particular product. Like for example, if I update as site, so only site is required during the transactions, no warehouse. If I select the site and warehouse, then both options is required during the transaction. So I have just selected site and warehouse. Okay. So next we have a tracking dimension group. So the main purpose of tracking dimension is group is nothing but to track the respective product or service. Like for example, best example you can see, we have a lot number of in home itself we have a lot number of examples. Like for example, if you take any tea powder, even if you take any uh, medicines, okay, backside if you observe there will be a batch number, there will be a serial number which is mapped against that particular product. So what do you mean by this batch number and serial number? Like for example, if it is a manufacturing sector, so they may have in this particular batch we have packed or we have manufactured this particular product. Okay. In manufacturing sector it will be defined in that way. And basically it will be on manufacturing and production sector. We will use the batch number and serial number. Okay. So with the help of that particular batch number and serial number, we can easily track under which warehouse it has been made, under which time it has been generated. So the it will helpful to track the product. Okay. And also we can also track in which from which site it has been sold. So this kind of additional information will also populate with the help of tracking dimension. Okay. So any doubt in these four? Again, I have re-explained why, because these are the four important questions which may ask. Okay. And the another one which is left, that is the product dimension group. That is nothing but if we have the product master. So in product master you have a different variant. It may be a size, color or style. So based on that you will update the product dimension, and based on product dimension you will create the variants. Okay, which we have seen in the last session. So currently in tracking dimension group I am selecting as none, as I don't want any tracking. It says it's a non-manufacturing product, so that was the reason I have selected none. Okay. So if you are a finance consultant, you will update this item sales tax group and sales for purchase and sales. It's mandatory, so based on that your sales tax will be calculated or GST will be calculated. Okay. So I will click on OK. Yeah. So I have created the echo dot product. Okay. Now currently if I go to the manage inventory and on hand inventory, so currently I don't have any inventory for this particular product. So let me quickly update the inventory for this particular product, then we will proceed with our new module sales and marketing. As we want a product which will have inventory, so based on that we can do it. Okay. So uh, before going that, I need to explain one more concept over here, that is default order setting. Okay. So what is the purpose of this default order setting? Okay, if you see under manage inventory, we have order setting and we have default order setting. Okay, so if you click on this default order setting, so we can restrict this particular product for transactions. That is one. We can update the site and warehouse by default for this particular item, for purchase and for sales. Okay, and even for the inventory. Okay, now when I open this particular tab, when I open this particular default order setting, so this is the form which it will open. Okay, so at here I have three sessions. One is the purchase, inventory and sales order. Okay, if I expand my purchase order type, you can see I have a default site and default warehouse. So for example, if I update this default site and warehouse, and when I create the purchase order and when I select this particular item, based on this default site and warehouse, it will update in my purchase order line. Okay, now for example, now if you want to block this particular product for purchasing the transaction, you can see there is a checkbox for stopped. If you check this particular stop checkbox, what will happen? It will restrict for creation of purchase order. Okay, and similarly, if you expand the inventory, same, you will have default site default and warehouse for the inventory, and again this stop is for that purpose, to stop inventory transactions, and similarly for the sales order also. Okay, so there you may receive a question like that, how I can block certain transactions for purchasing. There I have a item I need to block for purchasing, but I need to make transactions smoothly for inventory and sales. So in that case, what you will do, you will go to product information management, you will select that particular product, and you will come to the default order setting, and you will check this particular checkbox stop. Okay, so this is the question which may raise in interview. So any question in this particular default order setting?
No, go.
Okay. So basically, if we see, if it is a small industry, small service-based industry or product-based industry, they may not have this kind of blocking the item for transactions. But if you see big giant real estate industries, okay, they will have this concept very frequently. Okay, as they want to, like for example, if the item is not sale, and they don't have the item. Okay, and from last 3 4 months they're not purchasing it and not making the inventory up. So in that case, they will come over here in this particular form, and they will make stop checkbox for both the three transactions type, like purchase, sale and inventory. Okay, so let me quickly make the inventory up with the help of inventory adjustment. So let me go back to the inventory management module. Okay, so let me click on inventory adjustment. Okay, let me create new. So I just added the new line in the journal, and at here I am filtering with the item number. Okay, so I just updated the item number, and at here I am updating the quantity as 500, and I'm giving the cost price as 25, and let me post this particular inventory adjustment. So inventory adjustment, it's straightforward. We can adjust the inventory without updating the cost in the backend. So Let me post this particular inventory journal. So this concept is already we have covered in last session. So I'm just quickly posting this particular one so that we can proceed with our main transaction level. Okay, now this transaction has been posted. So let me open the item. Okay, so I just opened the item master, and now if I go to the online inventory, so currently I have site 1 and warehouse 11. I have 500 physically available. Okay, so now what I will do, now based on this I will sell this particular product. Okay, so let me go to the another tab and let me go to the home page. Now from here our core operator will start, that is sales and marketing module. Okay, so at here also we this process is also known as order management. Like how we have procure to pay, same way we have order management. So in order management it will start from the sales quotation. Okay, from sales quotation we will send for the confirmation from the customer, and customer, if it is accepted, the quote will be completed and the quote will converted to the sales order. Okay, in sales order again we can invoice directly by without making the confirmation and packing slip. Okay, so usually if you see the sales order we have four different status. One is the open, another one is confirm, another one is pick and pack, and last one is invoiced. Okay, so these are the four major status which is available for the sales order. As per standard we don't have workflow for the sales order. Okay, if we want we can customize. It's very rare where customer will ask for the sales order workflow. Okay, yeah, so first let me explain the normal sales order process. Okay, then we will proceed with the complete order management cycle. Okay, so first I will navigate to the sales and marketing module. Okay, in sales and marketing module we have sales order, all sales order. Okay, so this is also same process like how we will do for the purchase order. It's the same process but it's a little bit tricky, different compared to purchase order. Okay, so at here I will click on new, and at here I will select the customer instead of vendor. If it is a purchase order we will select the vendor. If it is a sales order we will select the customer. So in this customer drop down list I will select the customer. Like for example I have selected the first one, Contoso Euro. Okay, if I scroll down, so when I select the customer you can see what are the information it is populating. So it is populating the customer name and address and the delivery location, and in general tab based on the sales order number it's populating, it's auto generated. Okay, and order type it is mentioned as sales order. Okay, currency, and if I expand delivery, so it here when it will be delivered, so request a ship date and receipt date, it's by default it is taking. If you want to modify you can modify these two dates. Okay, and if you see in administrator, okay, so basically the sales taken and sales responsibility person, this is the completely employee master. The sales taker is nothing but the who has been creating this particular sales order, but the sales responsibility person can be changed. Like for example if you have a different person who handle this particular sales order, I mean sale different executive is there, sales executive who took this particular sale and he brought for me to make the invoice. Okay, so in this case what we'll do, he will update the sales responsible person as that particular person name, and they will click on OK. Okay, so did you understand these two different? Sales taker is nothing but the person who's creating the sales order, and sales responsible person is nothing but the respective sales executive we need to map. Okay, so that is the major difference between these two. And once I clicked on OK, now you can see uh, sales order has been generated. In sales order also we have two different views. Okay, if you see at here overview, we have a lines view and we have header view. Okay, so this is the same view how we have defined how we have in the purchase order level. Like for example, in purchase order also we have two different views. One is the lines, another one is the header. So basically header view, what it will do, it will show our respective master. Okay, like for example, now in this case, why we are doing the sales order. So in sales order we will have a customer. So when you go with the header, it will show the customer master information. Okay, so when you go with the lines, it will show the sales order header information, sales order lines, and sales line details. Like how we have in purchase order, the same way it will display. Okay, and at here in the sales order line level, in the item number, I will filter with the item number. Okay, so my item number is I 1 2 3 4 5. 5 times 0, it's 1, that is echo dot. Okay, so once I selected this particular product, okay, now you can see by default the quantity I have updated as 1, and you can see site and warehouse, it's mandatory. You can see site, it was asking mandatory. So let me update site and warehouse. Okay, so at here I am updating my stock has 5 quantity, I am selling it. Okay, for this Contoso euro I am selling echo dot 5 quantity. Okay, so from which warehouse I am sending this particular I mean from which warehouse I am reducing my inventory, so that site and warehouse we are updating over here. Okay, so at here we have a unit price which is blank. Okay, so if you want to update the unit price, we can update manually. If you want to make auto populate this unit price, we can do that. For that, what we need to do, okay, in another tab I have a already opened this particular item master, right? So let me go a step back. Okay, so this is the item master. So if I click on edit, okay, so let me expand the say a cell tab. Okay, this is the cell tab. And now if you see over here, we have a basic sale price, and you can see the price information stating as 0. Okay, let's imagine my sales price is 50 and I have saved it. Okay, now let me similarly let me update the purchase price. So I'm updating the purchase price as purchase base price, I'm updating as 25, and sale base price I'm updating as 50. Okay, I have saved the record. So let me go back to another tab and let me remove this particular line, and let me re-add the line. Okay, and let me select the same item number. It's I 5 times 0 1, that is the echo dot. Okay, now you can see it's stating as 36.5. Okay, so how it took 36.5? Okay, like for example, if I go back to the release over here, and we have updated the uh, our base price as 50. where it went. Base price as 50. Okay, and at here it's taking as 36.5. So how it's taking 36.5? If I click on total in sales order, okay, let me select the site and warehouse, then we'll click on total. Okay, now if I click on total, okay, so it's not allowing me to click on total because there are some issues with there was some bug in the operational. Okay, so what error it's stating, if you see over here, like for example, I have selected this particular entity so euro. Okay, this particular and company is already created in DE. If you see the company code, it's DEMF. Okay, in this particular entity, it was stating as this particular product is not available. Okay, so why it is stating this particular error? The reason behind is for against this particular customer, there is a sales order will be generated, and against which the company the purchase order will be generated. So there will be a intercompany transaction. So what do you mean by intercompany transaction? Is nothing but you will do you will transfer goods within the sister's company, then there will be a sales and purchase which will happen inside your accounting entries in the same group. Then the intercompany transaction will take place. Okay, so currently it was stating the same issue. That was the purpose, that was the reason I'm not able to proceed further. Why? Because this particular customer this particular item is not available over there. So I will do one thing. Let me delete this particular sales order, and let me select some other different customer and do the transaction. So let me create on new. So let me select instead of contoso customers, let me select uh, Maple company. So I just selected some Maple company. Okay, let me click on OK. Let me update the item number 5 times 01. Okay, now you can see I just updated the site and warehouse, and now you can see the unit price is updated as 50. Okay, the main reason why it's showing as that 6.5, it's based on the base rate has the average cost. Okay, now it's stating as 50, which we have updated our base price. Okay, now uh, let me scroll side. Let me update the quantity as 5 instead of 1. So based on this, my net amount got increased to 250, and I have saved the record. Okay, so as I said, in sales order also we have a 4 different status. One is the open order. Okay, if you see, we have open order status currently which is available. So again at here also we have a confirmation, pick and pack, and invoice. Okay, so let's understand each status. Okay, if you go to the sell tab, and under action we have confirm now. Okay, so which means if you click on confirm now, it means that you have confirmed the sales order, and based on this your picking and packing will be done. Okay, so in which case, in which scenario we will run this particular thing, I will explain you. First let me complete the cycle. So when I click on confirm action, so now my sales order will be confirmed and sales order confirmation journal will be created. Okay, I just clicked on action confirm, let it done. Okay. Now you can see we have received one warning message stating that sales order number 000886 credit limit exceed the opening balance, and the current balance was 250 now, and the new balance 1270034, and the credit limit is 100k. Okay. So I will explain why this particular warning message came over here. Okay, for every customer we will issue some credit limit. Okay, like for example, if you see, if you are having any credit card, for credit card, based on your credit limit, it will give some particular amount. Okay, let's imagine if your credit card limit is 100k. Okay, so based on that 100k only you will spend. If it is exceeded, then the transaction will be exceeded, right? So in business term, we have a some threshold limit. Based on threshold limit, if it is exceeded, it will block for the transaction. If it is exceeded, even if you want to proceed with the inventory transactions, we can do that. We have a credit enhancement, credit management module. So based on that, which will be done. Okay, so based on that, this particular warning message is coming from there. So we have enabled that particular credit limit, so that was the reason it's giving that particular warning message. Okay, it's a warning message, but we can proceed with the transactions. Now it's stating as 250 is the my net amount. I just confirmed, and you can see under general we have a sales order confirmation. So once the sales order is confirmed, the next action is pick and pack. So what do you mean by pick and pack? Like for example, if you see any furnish industry, there will be a picked item and there will be a packed item. Okay, so best example you can see the Amazon delivery services. Okay, like for example, if you purchase any particular item in the Amazon, so initially what it will be done, it will be picked and it will be packed and it will be handed over to the respective delivery agent. Okay, you will have the tracking number, so based on that particular tracking number you can track immediately and it will show under in transit, and finally it will be delivered. Okay, so in pick and pack you can combinedly do a single step, that is packing slip. Otherwise you can we will have a different stages, like we will have a picking list checklist will be there, and picking list registration will be there, and after that we will have the packing slip. Okay, so if I go to the pick and pack section, I have three over here. One is generated picking list, another one is packing list registration, and have packing slip. So in which case we will run these two. Like for example, as I said that in manufacturing sector we will have a different serial number and batch number. Okay, if you are selling a product, okay, against the batch number or serial number, then in that case you will go for the picking list registration after generating the packing slip. I mean the picking list, you after generating the picking list you will go for the registration, and then you will go for the packing slip. If you don't have this picking list registration, directly you can go with the post packing slip. Packing slip is nothing but my you are saying that item has been packed and it's ready for delivery. Okay, so I will click on post packing slip. So at here you can see packing slip journal has been created, and you can see in the item it is stated as picked. Instead of picked you will select as all. Okay, so once you select as all, previously there is a informative mark over there, now it has been no. Like for example, if you see, there is a informative mark, right? This informative mark is nothing but, as we have not done our picking list and picking list registration, so that was the reason it's stating as this particular info mark. Okay, so if I have selected as all, then the informative mark will be gone and you can post the packing slip. Okay, so when I click on post button, so it will be posted. Okay, so once I post this particular packing slip, it means that the product has been sent for delivered. Okay, you can see the status. I've reshared my screen. Hope you are able to view it.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm explaining this status over here. You can see it has been delivered. Okay, so when we post this packing slip, it means that the product is ready for the deliver. Okay, so that was the reason it's stated as delivered. So as we seen in our purchase order also, so our financial impact will start from the product receipt. Okay, so in purchase order, the core financial impact starts from product receipt. In sales order, the core financial impact starts from the packing slip. Okay, so when you see the packing slip, there will be a accounting entry where your cost of goods will be. You can see the cost of goods delivered will be debited, and the cost of units delivered is in credited. Okay, so you can see these two, you can see this posting type. Based on this posting type, you will map this account. So basically this account mapping will be done by the finance. Okay, you should not worry about this particular ledger account mapping. You should remember this particular entry. Okay, in other words, you can also say that packing slip account will be debit and packing slip offset account will be credited. It's a straightforward simple terminology. Okay, so this is the accounting impact for the uh, let me let me give this particular accounting impact in Excel. Okay, so this is the accounting impact during the packing slip. Okay, so let me make it simple over here. Instead of debit, credit. Okay, so so there is the accounting impact for the post packing slip. Okay, now let me go back to the ERP and let me go a step back. So now the goods has been delivered. I mean, you have issued the product receipt, and the product receipt has been received by them, by the customer, and he has agreed. Now you need to send this invoice. To send the invoice, we will click on invoice, generate invoice. So at here, your sales order invoice will be generated. So once you click on generate invoice, so this is the parameter by default it will take as packing slip as we have posted it. Okay, and if you scroll down, so you will have overview and you will have the sales order line details information, and you will click on OK. So once you click on OK, system will post the invoice, sales order invoice. So at here, once I clicked on OK, you can see it was stating as you are about to post the document without printing it. So if you click on OK, so the sales order will be posted. The reason why it was asking that particular pop-up because it is not connected to the printer, right? So once you clicked on OK, the invoice will be generated and send a printer command to the printer to print the sales invoice copy. That is nothing but the tax invoice. Okay, now at here, if you see under the invoice journal, under journal invoice, okay, if I go to the voucher, so this is the accounting impact. Okay, so whatever you have posted during the packing slip, it has been reversed. Okay, and the respective cost of goods delivered has been getting debited, and if you have any inventory it will be I mean, if you have any sales tax it will also get debited, and your respective sale will be generated. Okay, now if you see, your customer account is getting debited. Okay, and your sales or your product sale is getting I mean your revenue account is getting credited. Okay, if you have any sales tax, then at here sales tax also will be credited. Okay, so let me expand this and let me give it to in Excel. Let me update the accounting entry, posting type. Okay, one question over here. Let me there is one question over here. Okay, you can see 125. From where it's taking 125? Do you have any idea? Okay, let me go back to the ERP. Let me open this particular sales order. Yeah, now you can see I have ordered 5 quantity and my unit price is 50, and this is my net amount 250. Can you please tell me how it's taken as 125? It should be taken as 250, right? Any idea about this particular how it's
It's
calculated?
a basic price we created.
Okay, we have updated the basic price as 50, right? For sales order.
Uh, For each one we created for 25 rupees, right?
For each one we have created 25. Uh, but but we are creating sales order, right? Sales order is 50.
Oh,
Then
yeah,
then
we are selling it for 50.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
then how it's taking as 125?
Don't.
Okay, let me explain you. You are almost near over there. You have said the purchase price is 25. Okay, so when you have a stock, okay, stock in the sense when you have the inventory, for inventory you have updated the stock, I mean the base price as 25 as purchase order. Okay, if you are in weighted average, so what it will do, uh, it will see the total number of stock is available and the cost value. Okay, so based on that particular cost value and divided by number of quantity, it will give some rate, that is the weighted average rate. Okay, based on that particular rate, it will calculate this particular cost. Okay, so in this example, as we have the FIFO method, so in FIFO method, when I do the my costing, okay, when I purchase this particular product, so what was the cost during the purchase? It's 25. So based on the particular price, the cost accounting entry will be booked with that particular rate. Okay, so when I purchase this particular product, that is 25, right? So based on that 25, the cost value has been debited and the inventory is getting credited. You are almost there, Sri Lakshmi, at there. Okay. So this is one way of booking the invoice, sales order invoice. Now let me show you in another way. Uh, so let me create new. So let me generate same Maple company. Let me update site and warehouse. Okay, so if you update site and warehouse in the sales order creation level, so what will happen by default, it will take in the sales order line. Okay, no need to update manually in sales order line, site and warehouse. For example, if you have 50 sales order lines and you want to update site and warehouse, so if you update in the header level, I mean creation level, it will be updated, and in that two or three sales order line, you want to change the sales site and warehouse, so you can update at the line level for those 2 and 3 lines. Okay, so let me select the item. Okay, so I just selected the item. So at here I am updating the quantity as again 5. So based on that, my unit price got updated. Okay, so previously we have seen the process: confirm, posting packing slip, and we have done the invoice. Now in this case, what we will do, we will again do the confirmation. So let me save this record first, then the confirm action button will be enabled. Okay, now in pick and pack, we will see this picking list registration and picking list, uh, what it will do. Okay, when I click on generate picking list, okay, so it's a parameter stating as these are the items which I need to pick it. Okay, so it will show this is the picking list for the against this particular sales order, and this is the line item this is the item which I need to pick it under the sales order. So this is the line details. So this is the item which I need to pick for the pick it, and I need to produce for the packing one. Okay, so if I click on OK, my picking list will be generated. If I click on OK, my picking list will be generated. Okay, in picking list there will be a no financial impact, so no accounting entry will be done, and we have a picking list registration. Okay, in picking list registration, what will happen, we have picked the item and we have given to the packing department. Okay, like for example in picking list registration form, what they will do, so they will like for example if we have a item which we need to cut it, like for example, if it is a cotton roll, and we agreed that we will issue the 100 meter, and we have a cotton roll around 250 meters, so I need to cut it and I need to roll it for 100 meter, and I need to uh, post my registration, I mean I need to pack it. So in that case what they will do, they will go for the picking list registration, and they will select the respective item, and okay, they will do the registration process, and after that they will post it. Now at here, so this is the item which is activated, so I will go to the update all. Okay, so this is the manually each line level they will do for the item. Okay, so once they clicked on update all, at here the status will change to complete. It means that my packing slip has been, I mean my picking list registration has been done. So I will go back. Now he will generate post packing slip. So when he clicked on post packing slip, by default you can see it will be a all, and if you, even if you select it as picked item, it will be, there will be no issues. Okay, so usually when you run this picking list registration, so at here the parameter by default it will be picked. Okay, and you will click on OK button to post the packing slip. So in this case, if you see, we have a two different step. One is the picking list and picking list registration. So basically this will be done during the, if you have any furnished industries, if you have big clothing industries, so in that case you will do this kind of other two, like picking list registration and picking list. Basically in the manufacturing sector or processing plant, or if you have a big furnishing industry, so in that case you will use these two options. Okay, and after that you will generate invoice. So again you will click on generate invoice. At here by default it will be a packing slip, and you will click on OK. And if you click on OK, the packing slip will be, I mean the invoice will be posted. So this is another way of making the invoices, sales order invoices. Now I will tell you in another way, without doing the packing slip, without doing the sales order confirmation, you are directly booking the invoice. So in which case we will do these particular invoices. Like for example, if you have basically in retail, so they will not do any confirmation, they directly do the invoices. Why? As they will be back end, one big invoice, sales order invoice will be posted at the end of the day. Okay, so how they will do it, let me show you that. Let me go back to the home page. Okay, so let me re-navigate to the all sales order form from the sales and marketing. Again I will generate new. I will select the customer Maple. So let me give this item warehouse, and you will click on OK. Okay, so at here I will select the item, same I000001. Okay, so you can see at here I have given 10 extra, so it's stating as in product search this particular item is not available. Okay, add to the line and close. Okay, at here I am giving 10 quantity, and based on this 10 quantity my unit net amount has been updated. So in this case what they will do, they will save this particular record, and you can see the generate invoice button has been enabled. Okay, so they will not do any confirmation, they will not do any pick and pack, they directly come to the invoice and they will click generate invoice. Okay, so at here previously our default parameter was packing slip. Now what they will do, they will select as all, and they will click on OK. So once they have clicked on OK, the invoice will be posted. So basically this kind of invoice posting will be done on service based, or if it is a retail based, so they will book directly invoice without doing the packing slip and confirmation. So these are the three ways where business user will do the invoices. And if you see the now in this particular invoice journal, if you see the voucher, your customer will be debited and your revenue account will be credited. Okay, so you can see your customer is getting debited and your inventory is getting credited. So other two entries are common, that is the cost of, I mean the material issues, for that is the entry. Okay, so this is the accounting impact if it is a direct book of invoice. So any doubt in these three ways of booking the invoice?
No.
So basically we follow three different ways of doing the sales order process. One is direct booking the invoice from the sales order. So this is the process. Basically this kind of process we follow service based industry, retail industry. And the second way is booking of invoices with the help of packing list and picking list registration and packing slip. So these kind of industries mostly follow manufacturing sector, processing plant, and even furnishing industries. Okay, so if you have working on this particular base of industry basis, then they will do these three process. Okay, and in general if you have a stock based item and you want to track accrual revenue also, so in that case they will do the directly post the packing slip and they will book the invoices. Okay, so usually most of the industries follow either direct invoice or posting the packing slip and doing the invoice. Very few manufacturing sectors and processing plants, furnishing industries, they will follow this registration, picking list and picking list registration. Okay, so if this concept is clear, now let me explain another concept in the sales order. And like for example, if I want to convert if I want to uh, do purchase and I want to deliver directly to the customer. Have you heard this particular case? Mostly you will find in the electronic sector. Like for example, if you go to the any electronic showroom like Chroma or Pi or Reliance Digital, okay. So what they will do, they will show the product which is available in display, and they say that it will be delivered directly from the company side to the respective home, your address. So in that case how it will be done, okay, let me tell you. So and in another case, like for example, if you don't have stock in your inventory or in your warehouse, then how they will purchase and how they will send it. Okay, so the both the combination case is same. So let me create a new sales order. Now as a customer, I'm preparing a sales order and I want item echo dot. Okay, same, let me select the maple. Okay, let me give the site and warehouse and let me click on OK. So I have created the sales order, and at here I am adding the my sales item I000001. I want 5 quantities. Okay, and I have saved the record. Now you can see I have I have generated the sales order. Now I have these particular 5 quantities, and this is my unit price, this is my net amount. Okay, now I don't have this particular stock, but I'm informing the respective customer that this product will be directly delivered to you to your home. Okay, so in this case what we'll do, uh, you will select this particular sales order which has been generated, right? So you will go to the sales order tab. In sales order tab you have a purchase order under new. Okay, so system what it will do against this particular sales order, you will generate a purchase order. Okay, for that you will click on purchase order now over here in new. Okay, so at here you can see include, and at here you will select the vendor from which vendor you are procuring this particular product. When I say procuring is nothing but you are purchasing the product. Okay, let's imagine I am selecting ME office supplies and I have clicked on OK. Now you can see the system is getting processed and it will generate a sales purchase order against this particular sales order. Let it generate. Yeah, now you can see operation completed. If I scroll, if I click on this particular drop down of this particular error message, I mean the message, it will state has automatic purchase order for against vendor 1001. This is my purchase order number has been created. Okay, so now if I duplicate this particular screen, let me duplicate the tab. And if I go to the accounts payable, purchase order, all purchase order, let me copy the purchase order number. And let me filter the particular purchase order number. Okay, so at here you can see you can see the purchase order has been created. I have opened this particular purchase order and you can see the quantity 5 has been added, and you can see the unit price, it's get updated as 25 as we have defined in the base purchase price of this particular product in the item master level. Okay, and let me proceed further. So I will click on confirm. So once I clicked on confirm, so confirm purchase order will be generated. Okay, so I just want to show one more thing over here. If I scroll down in the line details, okay, and if I go to the prices and discount, not price, okay, under product you can see reference number. So this is your sales order number, sales order reference number, and the item reference you can see reference type is sales order. From sales order it has been created, so it's stating that reference number and lot number over here. Okay, now I just confirm this particular purchase or purchase order, right? So let me receive it, product receipt. So I have just given some product receipt number and I have posted it. So you can observe one more thing over here under inventory. So in another tab, let me open the inventory as I have already booked the sales order and sales order against the purchase order, and I have received the item now. So let me show you the inventory. So this is the item on an inventory. Okay, so let me show the transactional wise. Okay, now you can see over here inventory with the inventory adjustment. I have done I have upped the inventory with 500 quantity, right? Initial sales order I have sold 5, in second sales order I have sold 5, in third sales order I have sold 10. Okay, in fourth sales order I have ordered 5, and against this particular sales order I have created the purchase order. Okay, and you can see the issue item type is showing as reserved physically. Okay, when I say reserved physically, you can see in receipt I have 5 quantity which is already reserved against this particular sales order. Any question on this particular inventory part? Do I need to re-explain? Okay, so now at here in the sale in the now if I book the invoice for this particular purchase order, generate invoice. So I just given some random invoice number, and let me post this particular invoice. Okay, now this particular purchase order has been invoiced. Now if I go back to the inventory transaction and if I refresh this particular page, now this received it's changed to purchased. Okay, now this particular purchase order against we have created the sales order, right? Now I will complete the sales order process as I have reserved already 5 this quantity, it's already reserved. Okay, so again reserved for this particular sales order. Now let me complete the sales order process. Okay, in sales order you can do the confirmation. It depends on the industry, which industry you are doing on it. Okay, so once you have done the confirmation, the next part is pick and pack. So I'm posting my packing slip directly. So at here I'm selecting as all, and I have clicked on OK. So this is my packing slip which is posted. After posting packing slip, yeah, now what I will do, I will refresh this particular inventory transaction screen. Okay, now if I refresh this particular page, okay, now you can see it's stating as deducted in the sense 5 quantity it's already reduced from my inventory and issued for the pick and pack, or you can imagine the packing has been done, handover for the delivery. Okay, now if I do the invoice, this issue status will change to sold, as the already I have already done the deliver to the customer, then the status will change to sold. Like for example, if I do the invoice, so I'm posting the invoice over here. Invoice has been posted. Okay, now I'm going back to the inventory transaction, and I am refreshing this particular page. Now you can see the status is changed to sold. Okay, now if I go back to over here in sales order screen, okay, and at here also in line details against this particular product, you will have reference for the purchase order. So you can see reference for purchase order. Okay, and if you go over here in top, there is a general tab, right? If you click on this particular general tab, if you click on related order information, it will display the purchase order information. And similarly in the purchase order also, if you click on related information, it will show the sales order. Okay, so this is another conceptual where you are booking directly, or you can imagine direct on home delivery basis, direct home delivery base, or you're booking, you are a mediator and you are directly invoicing to the customer. There is a chance, there is a case, like for example you are selling the license to the third party. Okay, like for example, Okay, there is a employee. Okay, uh, not employee. Okay, so I have a customer. Let's imagine I have a customer called Gautam. Okay, another Gautam. For Gautam company, I'm issuing the. I'm a partner. I'm a consultant. I'm a consulting firm, where we will issue the visa for Gautam's company, for their employee. Okay, so I'm selling over here visa services to Gautam's company, but at here I am connected with another partner who will do completely this visa activity. Okay, so in this case I will charge Gautam. I mean, from Gautam I will collect the amount. Okay, and I will issue a purchase order to another company. Let's imagine Praveen. Okay, so Praveen issue on behalf of me to directly to the Gautam visa through me. Okay, Praveen issue visa to me for Gautam's company. Let's imagine he issue Praveen issue to me around 150 USD, but I'm charging Gautam as 500 USD. So in this case, how they will do it with the help of this particular conceptual what I have demonstrated now. Okay, this is another way of doing like direct delivery basis. Okay, so basically this kind of process will follow by the furnishing industry. Like if you have any furniture or any electronic item retail shops like Chroma, Pi Electronics. Okay, they will follow these kind of things. So any query in this particular process?
No.
No.
Okay, so let's stop session over here and we will see the order management process in next session.
ఒక్క నిమిషం